popping in, yeah. Drip, little bit, let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit, you ain't talking big, get out my way, little bit. She gon' put it on me, that's a lot of it. 4 coops, 4 seasons, drop the top a bit. Bust down, but my wrist, time to talk a lot of. I got both my girls head to toe designer. Drip, little bit, let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit, you ain't talking big, get out my way, little bit. West LA, that where you find me though. Cha-cha matcha with it, rocking black clothes. Whipping around that Batmobile, ducking 5-0. If you step to me, then be prepared for smoke, little bro. Let me feel myself a little bit. Let me blow this down a little bit. Drip, little bit. Let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit, you ain't talking big, get out my way, little bit.
You should know it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was hating. Brand new chick, she don't know the occupation. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Oof, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings in. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from. I'm gonna pull it with the bar down one. 6 months in, I ain't down once. Trying to tell me what you know about me. You don't know nothing, keep it real with me. She said she ain't trying to deal with me. Okay, cool, you can sell that seat. I'm just hoping she don't fail, cause when she do, I don't know what I'ma do. All that I heard that y'all was talking, it was comical. Pull up in your city for the evening, what you trying to do?
Today, from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's Week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Minnesota Vikings. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. On 1st and 10, Cousins buying time to his left. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins being chased out left. And that is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
1st and 10.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Powers through again. The numbers a week ago for Cook. 13 carries, 68 yards.
He's the number 2 runner in the league, and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to number 1 because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their line. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes a leading rusher.
Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down. On play action, Cousins. Oh, batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up off of the 1st round pick, DJ Hayden. And he's going to take this one package to start the drive. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
For Jacksonville.
The rushing numbers for Fournette from last week, 14 carries, 56 yards.
They look like a team that really emphasized the running game in the offseason. They were going to build around it. Didn't matter if they're going to run gap scheme, power scheme, whatever. They've got a runner who finds yardage if you give him just a little bit of space.
And now the throw taken in by Chark. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Leonard Fournette. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings 32. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Okay, didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down.
Ball carrier.
It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Fournette, a first down carry. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
The 22-yard line.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. A shotgun give to Fournette. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings' 15-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Solid carry there by Leonard Fournette, and last year he achieved his career high in rushing yards with nearly 1,200. Ranked 4th in the AFC, 7th in the NFL. Loves to carry the football and gets stronger as the game goes on.
And the Jaguars are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Touchdown.
Leonard Fournette, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jags have taken the early lead. You'd have to imagine for a team that's lost 3 straight games, scoring first in this first quarter has to feel pretty good.
It has to feel great for them, and also it's a nice signal to the rest of the team because we talk about complementary football all the time. So they've now signaled to the defense, now signaled to the kicking game, hey, we're here to play in this one. We're going to do our part. Let's see if you guys will do the exact same, and we can break this losing streak.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And
it's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing...
Popped in the air, intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Kaepernick. Complete to the right side, it's Eifert. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
This is Fournette. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. And there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. And Eifert has it. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
Complete.
A big gain of 31 on 3rd down.
And that one hurts defensively. They force them into 3rd and long, have the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3-and-out. They'll run with Fournette. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On 2nd down, here's Kaepernick. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
18 on the play.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Kaepernick to throw on 2nd down. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Again, they'll throw with Kaepernick. Flush to his right. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. From the gun, it's Kaepernick. It'll be a 16-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. This is caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They are able to get 9 yards out of that, but now it's 4th down. And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. They'll go with a big bang for it. He's fighting, but they're not going to let him in. Stopped at the 2-yard line. Leonard Fournette denied on 4th and goal. And the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line. Well, their first fourth down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. We're on the defensive side of the ball, though. Any fourth down stop is a big momentum play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Back near the goal line, Cousins. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Out of his end zone, Cousins. Open man as Thielen is complete. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And we got an injury here. And I believe, yes, that's the wideout, Adam Thielen. Well, he gets attended to. He'll step aside. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The eyes move there. Look like nobody open. Now 2nd down. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress, and I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
On 3rd down, Cousins. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give them 32 on the play.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They'll throw again. Cousins flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows and just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there, but it's going to be 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and it's 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the 2nd half. This taken in about 4 yards deep, and the half will begin with a touchback. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
And a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. For Kittle here, it's complete. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1. Fournette running out of the gun. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Offense. What's up, man?
They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Now Kaepernick throwing on second down. On the slant, this is Chark. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars had 6 to their lead. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone, and the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. From the 27, Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. And got his man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It's a gain of 34. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
Well, it's tough time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
He's going to fire one deep over. Man, it's caught inside the 10. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you're probably going to have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the...
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. Joe Schobert in there to drop him for a loss on the play.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
On 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Justin Jefferson, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they... pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
This will make it into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
2nd and 4.
Kaepernick now to throw. Caught Eifert over the middle. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now Fournette. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
The ball carrier.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll run it again with Fournette. Fournette fighting through. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Clean it up, baby.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 41. A pass complete here to Conley. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
It's a
23 yards, the final tally.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down. Stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back complete. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Into the red zone now. Kaepernick to the left side here for Eifert. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Eluding the pressure right. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Well, that is vintage Colin Kaepernick right there, Charles. What a run.
He's definitely one of the best we've seen in the last decade or so in the NFL, and I would say probably even more than that. When he gets loose, there's almost no way to stop it. And he takes that one all the way to the end zone.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And it's now 21-7. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the ball.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. A throw to the middle, taken in. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
11 more on that one and another first down. And he fends him off. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Al Woods. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11. And the pressure gets to him again. Josh Allen, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, but it'll be 2nd and goal. To the air again, it's Cousins. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Tried to go back again to Adam Thielen, but now it's 3rd and goal. Again, it's Cousins. Get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys.
And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know, you got
feel right.
Exactly.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
At the 37-yard line.
Again, it's Fournette. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 7 yards there and a first down.
Down at the 30-yard line. A gain of 7. And a Jaguar first down.
Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they'll indeed take a knee. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. And the ball game should end here on the kneel down by Kaepernick. this will be a win for Jacksonville. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed, you know, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal? Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not only that, but this...
Someone put me out 'cause I'm on fire. I can't give a about what they say. They've been searching for that thing to get them higher. You can't catch my drift, can't catch my wave.
Damn Kane, you done killed Abel. Unbalanced land trying to keep the people stable. The way I feel, I might it all up. The way you feel, you might do it for the bug. All black, born to be a rebel. After this, I might go and water down the devil. Listen to everything around me, I can't see. Picked a dozen roses and left them in Galilee rolling thunder. Don't hear my cry, don't let alibis pass you. I finally starting to realize, never give up and coincide. Can't watch TV, it's all a lot. Tired of trying, go ahead and fly. Everybody want a straight answer, but media keep us blind. A good heart is not hard to find. Why the people try to define infrastructure right? I don't got time, infrastructure right? I don't got time. It's all to we're talking about you, about to protecting the sons and daughters from political manslaughter.
Someone put me out 'cause I'm on fire. I can't give a about what they say. They've been searching for that thing to get them higher. You can't catch my drift, can't catch my wave.
Never play by the rules, guess I'm paying my dues. They gon' try to intrude, poison the multitude. They be quick to accuse, when you got different views. Just know you gon' pay the price, based off the item you choose. When it's touching the culture, hit you with them K-Ultra. I knew you was a vulture, Holy Ghost get the ushers. No, I can't trust you. Shock you, then now you fluster. Crashing down, I was cluttered. Doing this so subtle, falling out through the rubble. Remember this in jungle, the top I was young, it's on in the middle, gotta stay hunting. Why the rush left for nothing? 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 Agitated illusion, only been for confusion. The institution, modern day execution. Think I know the solution, maybe not should I do it? Just put it in the music, just put it in the music.
Someone put me out 'cause I'm on fire. I can't give a about what they say. They've been searching for that thing to get them higher. You can't catch my drift, can't catch my wave. You'll burn out if you jump into the fire. Can you feel it rushing through your veins? Though you make it out that you desire. No ceiling was that never be the same. You burn out if you jump into the fire. Can you feel it rushing through your veins? Though you make it out that you desire. No ceiling was that never be the same. You burn out if you jump into the fire. Can you feel it rushing through your veins? Though you make it all that you desire. No ceiling was that never be the same. Yo, who told us we ain't gonna win, man? Really? He's a bozo. Bozo. Really? Yeah, we did a lot for the wins. Came in a drop on the 10. Now we on top once again. Yeah. I had to tighten the plan. Yeah, I got it right in the end. Now we on top once again. I don't want it if it ain't love. If it ain't, get it away from me. Who you gon' jack if it ain't us? LABB to the bakery. Some mad that I came up. I know my granny gon' pray for me. It was just us in the vacancy. We had to get it from A to B. Wheels never felt like this. 2 seats in the hills, how I feel righteous. Blue sheets for the mills, but the deal priceless. New keys can't care what's still private. I might just double it up.
did it. Never enough, I'm with it. 5-2-3 on the business, whole team got wins and the wheel still spinning. I told them what I told them. We did a lot for the wins. Came in a drop on the 10. Now we on top once again. Yeah, hey, I had to tighten the plan. I got it right in the end. Now we on top. Got a spot and it's locked to the click all in. I got ops, if he drop, I just hit my dance. I was popped, they just watched, had to take my wins. They wouldn't let me in. I've been on
Today, from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida, it's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Well, it wouldn't be Florida without this. A heavy tropical rainstorm coming down just prior to kickoff here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Minnesota Vikings and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
A former Seminole back home in Florida. It's Dalvin Cook. 5 yards on the game's first play. Second down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. And that will be incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Vikings pick up the football.
Recovered by the kicking team.
Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we draw up. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
Cousins hands
to give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down.
Yards to go.
And this is caught at the 8. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Cousins. The pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Vita Vea able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there, but now it's 3rd and goal.
3rd down and goal.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Able to shake him off. The Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to 4th down.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
To number 19.
Adam Thielen, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Many would call that a gutsy decision here early on to go for it 4th and goal. There was no hesitation. Field goal unit never sniffed the field.
It was a message. And the message was, I trust you on offense. Go out and make this happen. Go ahead and pick it up. You know what else he said?
I trust my defense as well. If they don't get it, I know you're going to hold them. So it's a message to your entire team that you believe in them.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Out of the gun, he'll throw. That's caught by Howard. And it's a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And some space here. There he goes, left side. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings.
For the point after.
So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They run, Devontae Freeman. And Freeman lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
At the 4-yard line.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Tried to go back again to Adam Thielen, but now it's 3rd and goal. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Justin Jefferson with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Dan Bailey.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good.
Buccaneers, nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive.
All right, just call the call. We're going to play. Come on.
Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
Looking downfield for Godwin. And that'll be intercepted by the Pro Bowl safety Harrison Smith.
Brady's pass intercepted by the Vikings.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up second
on 2nd and 12, Cousins. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22.
Minnesota.
Cousins now. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. 21-0 our score after one.
Vikings 21. Buccaneers nothing.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Shotgun now for Brady. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
37-yard line.
From the gun, it's Brady. And he finds Howard complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
2nd and 3 at the 44-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Brady. He'll find Miller. That's complete. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Brady. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
They'll take
all right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
Following the interception, Cousins. Complete. Jefferson the target. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
Jefferson. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd down.
On play action, Cousins.
Buccaneers 47.
That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Cousins in step with Jefferson that time. 1st down, Vikings.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets kicked in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken in the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Vikings defense getting ready to go. And they've had takeaways here. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect? And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find a good balance.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. A big seam, and he might go all the way. He's at the 30, 10, and he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs.
Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. Now here's Johnson. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy. And that's caught inside the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead.
Dan Bailey lining up for the point after.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Heading back onto the field, here's a look at Devontae Freeman now. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game.
And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it. But you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Roughing the passer defense.
Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty is a result of that hit there.
Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Offense.
No!
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
A 6-yard pickup.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here.
Is no good.
And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Lets it fly for Thielen. That's caught inside the 20. So we hit halftime with our bit. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
42. Buccaneers 7.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is T.J. Logan to return it. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
T.J. Logan on the return. The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive. Missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you put something out there, you're giving yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 34-yard line.
On 2nd down, Freeman shifts by him. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got just pin their ears back and get after him now.
And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
43-yard line.
On 2nd down now, it's Freeman. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And he is going to have the Bucs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Give them 22 there on the third down conversion. Into the red zone, it's Brady. Now a leaping catch, he's got it. And a loose football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And they work this out past the 25. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
And it's pretty evident when you watch how Minnesota plays, just how important Dalvin Cook is to their offense. 1,000-yard rusher a year before, the first one the Vikings had since Adrian Peterson was dominating their carries. And having Cook in the lineup for the bulk of the season, that made Minnesota exactly what their head coach Mike Zimmer wanted them to be. A much more physical team that complemented their defense.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5.
On the tackle.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And a nice run there, going to take this close to the first down marker at the Bucs 36. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you stop the clock, and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
Minnesota.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Back now in Tampa. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
First and goal at the 4-yard.
They'll run with Cook. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. They'll run for it with Cook. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there.
The ball carrier.
There have not been a lot of great moments for this defense throughout this game. Finally, they have one they can hang their hat on. A nice stop there.
2-yard line.
They'll run for it. Cook. And he'll wind up being knocked back to the 3-yard line. Cook turned away on 4th and goal. And the Bucs defense, they'll celebrate the goal line stand. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow. Talk about trying to add insult to injury. And Brady going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 33.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Brady looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Freeman. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he's got an open man. It's Gronkowski. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They only needed 1 yard on 3rd down. They get 10 instead by going to the air. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Howard. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Brady's throw there complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Call it a pickup of 7. And that'll make this a 2nd down.
19-yard line. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd.
Now Brady again. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. He's at the 50. 30. Past the 20.
You know they pay me extra.
And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown.
Dan Bailey lining up for the point.
The big boy earning his lunch. That's what you call rumbling with the ball, Charles.
Big man with football. He wasn't just earning lunch, Brandon. He was earning dinner. He was
midnight snack.
Everything that you could possibly do, he did it on that play to pick up the ball and go.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and the lead will swell by 1 more. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this 4th quarter.
Order. 36.
On 1st down, Brady. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Ricky. 54's Mike. Check.
From the gun, Brady. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. To throw is Brady. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Brady will try again on second down. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Again, it's Brady. And oh, look at the catch by Gronkowski. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Back-to-back receivers. Receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. We'll check on his status when we get back. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Again, they'll throw with Brady to the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Gronk that time, but now it's 3rd and goal.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Brady now on 3rd and goal. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Gay's kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away.
For Tampa Bay.
Johnson now returning. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Adam Thielen and the rest of the Vikings offense, they get set for their next possession. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Justin Jefferson, the rookie, his intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
And 6 yards.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jason Pierre-Paul picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, it looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
As an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Minnesota, it's a 10th win on the year as they move to 10-3. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they can...
That's a lot of it. 4 coops, 4 seasons, drop the top of it. Bust down, but my wrist, time to talk a lot of. I got both my girls, head to drip. Little bit, little bit. Let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit, little bit. You ain't talking big, get out my way, little bit. I can't hear the hate, got a lot of it. Take these bands to the bank, let them rot in it. So much ice on me, I wish I had 2 necks. I got homies that can sleep without 2. I got homies that can sleep without Gucci and Chanel, I got a lot of it. Walk up in the spot like, hey, what poppin' in? Gon' pop it for me cause I'm rich and poppin' in. Yeah, drip, little bit, little bit. Let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit, little bit. You ain't talking big, get out my way, little bit. She gon' put it on me, that's a lot of it. 4 coops, 4 seasons, drop the top of it. Bust down, but my wrist, time to talk a lot of. I got both my girls, head to toe, designer. Drip, little bit, little bit. Let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit. You ain't talking big, get out my way, little bit. West LA, that where you find me though. Touch a matcha with a rockin' black clothes. Whip around that Batmobile, ducking 5-0. If you step to me, then be prepared for smoke, little bro. Let me feel myself a little bit. Let me blow this down a little bit. Drip, little bit, little bit. Let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit, little bit. You ain't talking big, get out my way, little bit.
I was hating. Brand new chick, she don't know that I can pace it. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Oof, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings in. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from. I'm gonna pull it with the bar down 1. 6 months in, I ain't down once. Trying to tell me what you know about me. You don't know nothing, keep it real with me. She said she ain't trying to deal with me. Okay, cool, you can sell that seat. I'm just hoping she don't feel. Cause when she do, I don't know what I'ma do. All that I heard that y'all was talking, it was comical. Pull up in your city for the evening, what you tryna do? Cause I'm open to it. I know that you missing, but you gon' get through it. I can help with it if you need that. Go and bring the beat back. I don't really listen to the feedback, nah. Told me that she good, she don't need jack, nah. I'm real proud of the steps you took just to get to the place that you at today. I couldn't tell it to you straight, I gotta estimate. I wonder if I ought to go here with the best to say. Now go ahead, get me out of here, I couldn't last a day. I got the city talking about me like I passed away. Automatic is a habit, you should know it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was hating. Brand new chick, she don't know the occupation. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Ooh, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings in. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from. I'm gonna pull it with the bar down 1. 6 months in, I ain't once. Trying to tell me what you know about me. You don't know nothing, keep it real with me. She said she ain't trying to deal with me. Okay, cool, you can sell that seat. Ooh, and she felt intrigued. Trying to duck the LMPD. Go and get your self-esteem. And she trying to link up. So much we got synced up. Pulled up in the dinged up whip. This ain't Pepto-Biz, what this pink stuff is. Long tell me. Yeah, you heard me, you ain't felt me. I've been moving out of shaking, go and hit me on the celly. Try to sell me on something while I hold it compelling. Ever since I've been gone like Kelly, they been trying to tell me about this and that. I ain't chatting with you, we ain't going tit for tat. Trying to tell me how to get in the bag. We're going to get in your bag, I'm about to get in it. I'm like, automatic is a habit, you should know it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was hating. Brand new chick, she don't know that I can pace it. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Oof, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings in. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from. I'm gonna pull it with the ball down one. 6 months in, I ain't once. Trying to tell me what you know about me. You don't know nothing, keep it real with me. She says she ain't trying to deal with me. Okay, cool, you can sail that sea.
Today, from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Sean Mannion and the Minnesota Vikings versus Mitchell Trubisky and the Chicago Bears.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Chicago Bears. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. Oh, good-looking return set up here. Running room at the 50. Look out. He's past the 30.
Ready for us.
He will score. So a heck of a start to this one. We haven't even gotten settled in already in the end zone on the opening kickoff.
And you know what happens, too? Now you got to translate what that means, because I think for the team that just scored, their defense, I think they'll be more aggressive now. They'll be bolder. They're playing with a lead and an early one and some momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get another big score and a big one early.
He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. So how about that for an intriguing start? The opening kickoff of the ball game, return for a touchdown. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This will make it into the end zone. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. Mitchell Trubisky taking the field to lead Chicago. Trubisky, the Ohio native, went to North Carolina, then drafted by these Bears as the number 2 pick in 2017.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass. That's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
The screen pass here to Cohen. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Brandon, how about that reaction there from a defensive end? Able to recognize the screen pass trying to happen. Broke off his pass rush, and then get back to tackle the running back. That's a very athletic and intelligent play. Reminds me of you working out and seeing that the treadmill's open and getting there before anyone else.
See, I know you're just patronizing me right now. Everybody knows at home that is nothing but a shot at me, and I'll take it, absorb it, and we'll move on. Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. Escaping the pressure right. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. On the return, Johnson. Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. So excellent starting position here for the Vikings. They're being led out by their quarterback out of Oregon State, standing tall at 6'6", Sean Mannion.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they have. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give a better chance to lead the team to wins.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
I have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
Here's Mannion. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
Really? Really? Did we just see that? That's a big catch. One-handed, I might add, to pick up a first down.
I was going to say on 3rd down for the defense, it's one thing to give up a reception. You just kind of shake your head on a one-handed catch to pick up the first. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it 2nd down.
At the 13-yard line.
They run. Cook. And he'll be out of bounds. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they block well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
On 2nd and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Sean Mannion, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, You've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. Bailey got the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoff. Are not in their future as they start to peer toward the offseason. What moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft,
Trubisky lost the football, but the Bears look to get this one back, and indeed they did. So they'll keep possession. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Out of the gun, Trubisky rolling to his right. And now he's going to use his legs. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
He's brought down at the 31. It's a gain of 8. And it brings up third down.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Johnson on the return. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage. Got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride. And he was able to run free after the catch.
That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. He takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. At each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
On the carry.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now a run with Cook. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Again, the ball carrier.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough and run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th, and the Bears will get the football back. So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed 4th down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it at all? Will that change what they do going forward in this game? A lot of questions to be answered by them. The defense doesn't really care. They're like, bring it on again. We'll stop you the next time, too.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Trubisky lost the football. Some guys just have a knack for creating turnovers. He's got a little bit of that going. He forced a fumble last week, another one there.
And it just drives teams crazy because they realize that certain guys, as you said, have that knack, and they're trying to keep them away from the action, away from the ball. But the best ones have that overwhelming desire, that overwhelming need to get to the football and make it happen, and that he does.
Getting a hand in there and knocking it away, Eddie Jackson. Second down and goal. Mannion toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there, but now it's third and goal.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop. And Rudolph has got it. The big tight end for a Viking touchdown. His first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury. And it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. And he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
And it is now 21-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will make it into the end zone. And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25. 25-yard line. Now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Making back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this carries into the end zone. And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bears offense led by Mitch Trubisky heading back out there. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people. Lean on your teammates. Find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Trying to get it to Tariq Cohen out of the backfield. And now it's second down.
It's second down and 10.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week. And a good story on that. He said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw it on television and said, hey, congratulations. How about that?
And I'll bet you his buddy said, well, since you didn't know, I'll just go ahead and claim the award, right? And everything that goes along with it. But the reason he won the award the previous week and what we just saw there, instincts, understanding where the play is going and being able to make a play on the football.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
Coverage on the play by Kyle Fuller.
Throwing is Mania. Lets it fly for Thielen. That's caught inside the 20.
Oh, Shelby!
Into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Adam Thielen. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And this offense continues to pour it on. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
You know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. And sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Our eyes shift now to the Vikings defense. And a big reason they have the lead right now, as we see on the screen, their 3 turnovers.
And how about the emotion now?
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something is funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
He was trying to find Anthony Miller there. Now it's Trubisky. And he completes it to Cohen. Oh, Cohen lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. Bring this one back. It's a family return. A scoop and score for the Vikings. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Here's Bailey now for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25. Tariq Cohen and the rest of the offense heading back out there. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter, finished with over 300 yards on the night, later ended up in the NFL. If you got a talented back, give it back to him.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Oftentimes you say some guys have a knack for creating turnovers. He forced a fumble last week, forces another one.
And one of my good coaching buddies, Frank Delano, always told me, hey, Davis, creating turnovers is not as much about skill as it is about desire.
Oh, I thought it was going to be will, because will rhyme with skill. And he's got this down to the 35. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Steps away. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. bring up second down.
Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
To Jefferson on the slant. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
At the 10-yard line.
So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly, and now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. And this carries into the end zone, and Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25. The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC. And it's right about this time of the year that you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
It certainly is, because we all know everyone is aiming for that #1 seed. But failing that, because only 2 teams in the NFL get a bye, 1 from each conference, that question becomes who's hot? Who's peaking at the right time as you start the playoffs?
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Trubisky will throw, and he finds his tight end Graham. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
At the Vikings' 33-yard line.
They'll run on second down with Cohen. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Ball carrier.
Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 18. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Trubisky. Sliding out of the pocket. He'll run it. And Trubisky lost the football.
Trubisky on the keeper. Fumble on the play.
We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the third quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I'll guarantee you, they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime. They're fortunate to retain possession.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Nearly a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
On 3rd and goal, Trubisky. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Allen Robinson, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bears claw one back. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Robert Quinn in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. And the ball ends up out of bounds, so it'll be a loss on the play.
The offense
looking at it from the defense's perspective, they could have really used the football to try to start eating into this deficit.
Yeah, because now possession's so crucial at this stage of the game. And when you've got an opportunity to hop on a turnover and you don't get it, you can feel the frustration all the way up here.
And the offense, they're living right now. Another bounce and break that goes their way. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Cook. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. On 2nd down, this is Madison. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. The Vikings on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Flush to his right. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations. There'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A gain of 2.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. He's up to 87 yards receiving now, and it's a first down. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Roquan Smith, the Bears' leading tackler last season, makes the stop. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at about the Bears' 16. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
3rd and 2.
They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play. And this long drive is going to continue as they move the chains again. Here's Madison running on first down. Still on his feet. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will make it into the end zone, and Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Onto the field now come the Bears. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To try again after the sack. Trubisky caught out left side by Robinson. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Robinson.
15 yards on the play. First down.
First down, Bears.
Here's Trubisky to throw. That is caught by Cohen. That catch good for only a couple.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Now Trubisky to Cohen out of the backfield. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Again, it's Trubisky. And that is incomplete. It just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. As of this moment, as pretty much everyone knows, they sit alone in that top spot, but nothing is guaranteed. They haven't even clinched the playoffs, so a good start, but a long way to go.
And you know, a blunt veteran inside their locker room has stood up at one point or another and said, You know all of this means nothing so far. We've got to cover this, get it done. What do we want to be? It's like winning a title in August, right, in preseason. Doesn't count. Let's go ahead and get this thing done.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line.
He's taken.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Brings up 2nd and 13.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 13. Another carry now for Madison. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
It's a gain of 6.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Lets it fly for Thielen. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Getting a hand in there and knocking it away, Eddie Jackson.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it.
He's got him in, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Going on the ground with Madison. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. That one looks like he'll throw here. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes, and that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
And his kick is good. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it's polished off by a Viking score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that... And he loses the football a 2nd time, and the Vikings pick up the football. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by the defense.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Lets it fly for Thielen. This is caught inside the 15.
Today's final score.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think they
can follow this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Vikings, they remain in the hunt for a first-round bye as they move to 11-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New Orleans Saints.
Someone put me out 'cause I'm on fire. I can't give a about what they say. They've been searching for that thing to get them higher. You can't catch my way.
Damn, Kane, you done killed Abel. Unbalanced land, trying to keep the people stable. The way I feel, I might it all up. The way you feel, I do it for the bug. All black, born to be a rebel. After this, I might go and water down the double. Listen to everything around me, I can't see. You picked a dozen roses and left them in Galilee rolling thunder. Don't hear my cry, don't let alibis pass you. I finally starting to realize, never give up and coincide. Can't watch TV, it's all a lot. Tired of trying, go ahead and fly. Everybody want a straight answer, but media keep us blind. A good heart is not hard to find. Why do people try to define infrastructure right? I don't got time, infrastructure right, I don't got time. I could all to we're talking about you, brought to protecting the sons and daughters from political and slaughter.
Someone put me out 'cause I'm on fire. I can't give a about what they say. They've been searching for that thing to get them higher. You can't catch my drift, can't catch my wave.
Never play by the rules, guess I'm paying my dues. They gon' try to intrude, poison the multitude. They be quick to accuse, when you got different views. Just know you gon' pay the price, based off the item you choose. Many times in the culture, hit you with them K-Ultra. I knew you was a vulture, Holy Ghost get the ushers. No, I can't trust you. Shock you, then now you fluster. Crashing down, I was cluttered. Doing this so subtle, falling out through the rubble. Remember this a jungle, the top always gonna get something. The middle gotta stay hunting. Why the rush left with nothing? 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 Agitated illusion, only built for confusion. The institution, modern day execution. Think I know the solution, maybe not should I do it. Just put it in the music, just put it in the music.
Someone put me out 'cause I'm on fire. I can't give a about what they say. They've been searching for that thing to get them higher. You can't catch my drift, can't catch my way.